Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3x10 News Network. This is your host, Joey Neb, here from New Hampshire. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We all welcome here watching what's going on here with the Ukraine war, the Russian so-called invasion. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Joey Neb from New Hampshire. So let's get down to the advertisements. We had technical difficulties earlier. It took us about an hour to fix it up. We got everything situated. Sorry for any inconveniences. Those who are watching the stream, if you like this stream and you want to continue hearing about other political news here on the 3x10 News Network, click like, subscribe, hit me up on Twitter, Facebook. I'm on Discord. I'm on Twitch. And also here live on YouTube as well, here on the Nebuchadnezzar News Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the show on the road. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. On the left-hand side of the screen, you see where a business card located on the screen here, and it says Ashley Gumby, independent beauty consultant, a great friend of mine. I known her for a long time. If you want to have any orders, go through her. She has an email that's gumbyashley@gmail.com. You can check her out on maryk.com/agumby1. She's 24/7 shop online. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you also have, she also does Avon products. That's also avon.com/rep store/agumby. Again, hit up Miss Gumby. I want to say thank you for allowing us to have this advertisement here on the 3x10 News Network. We welcome you. This will always be up on the stream. It'll always be broadcast. She's a great independent beauty consultant and wouldn't want anybody else to go to anybody else. She is the way to go. All right, once again, thank you. Moving on forward, welcome to the 3x10 News Network. This is your host, Joey Neb. Here we have on the screen, I was searching some Ukraine versus Russia flags, like, you know, kind of like to see what kind of art people have created online or what leaked out over Google Images. But we're going to change that right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we have Mehmet. He lives in Kyiv, Ukraine. He goes by Yoru Khan. We want to thank you for allowing to use your news, boots on the ground, right in Kyiv, Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, great friend of mine. I've known him for a year. I wanted to say thank you to Source Global News. I want to say thank you to Fancy Hat. I want to say thank you to Nemiko. If it wasn't for Nemiko, I would never met Warstream as well. Thank you. You guys can check that out on WW Live on YouTube as well. Those are live cams going on in Ukraine. What we have here is Mehmet's Twitter. Again, it's Yorukan. And let's see what he has to say. He's been keeping up with the news for everybody. Look out for him. He's on Instagram as well. He's a journalist, independent journalist, a war reporter. See, as you can see his location, that's where he's standing at while he does this. All right, he has on his tweets, here we have a dog rescue from the rush in Iskenderun. I believe that's when they had the earthquake in Turkey. A dog was stuck in the rubble. They were able to save it. It's good to see that people do care, and we thank you for doing that. but I reported this not too long ago from my last stream, so we're going to move forward. All right, we have 19 hours ago. Something happened on the camera in Donetsk this morning as chef gun-carrying vehicles were displayed. Such vehicles have not been displayed on these cameras for a long time. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? 3 Times That News Network had the stream up for a while. I remember this location. But we didn't have this. This is amazing. Wow, look, they actually been caught on a storefront camera. That's how, I hate to say it like this, but it's the truth. That goes to show their military awareness. Crimea River, seriously, you got caught, Russia. Shame on you, shame. I stand with Ukraine. If people don't like it, oh well. That's what I have to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Mehmet, for showing this. This is awesome. I was doing the Ukraine live cams for a while, but look what I missed. I stopped doing, and this pops up, but we'll still be able to cover those cams. You can check those out on Najix.iso. Najix is another good source of video feed from the CCTV. Now I'm here on the 3 Times That News Network. We'll check the cameras once in a while. We'll do a special show for that. Right now we're working on Twitter and see what people have to say about everything. We'll get into more cool stuff. Oh yeah, I was saying on the last stream moments ago before the technical error, thanks, Mehmet, for putting 930 poop icons on your thing, but I definitely have to agree. I guess each poop icon's for each Russian that died. Womp, 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 wow. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. War is no picnic. I wouldn't wish it on the worstest enemy out there, but you know what? They came and started this war, and Ukraine is defending its country and the liberation of freedom. So, you know what, Ukraine? This is your host, Joey Neb from New Hampshire here in the States. We got your back. NATO got your back. And welcome. You are our friends. You're our neighbor. And we're glad that you chose the right side and you're fighting for freedom. Thank you. All right. I was saying earlier on the last stream, where I ended off, I was at the aircraft. 302,289 aircraft, 2,071 UAV operational, 873 cruise missiles, 18 warships, 5,299 vehicles and fuel tanks, 232 special equipment. This was reported by the Ukraine military. So, showing those numbers, it looks like Russia is getting squashed by a big yellow and blue boot. Oh well, again, Crimea River. Womp, 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 womp. All right. Whoa, what happened here? Well, something was reported on Mehmet's thing. I don't know. We're not going to get into it. Moving forward. Yesterday, March 4th, according to the British intelligence, Putin wants Crimea to be recognized as Russia territory in exchange for abandoning the Zaporizhzhia and Kherson regions. Okay. March 3rd was also reported Ocean Plaza is being nationalized. Arakhamia. Today, Vax registered a lawsuit regarding the confiscation of assets of Russian oligarch Arkady Rotenberg and his son Igor. The package includes Ocean Plaza, land, and apartments in Kyiv. Wow. Just wow. Ain't that something? I'm going to say that one more time in case you ladies and gents didn't hear what I just said. Today, Vax register a lawsuit regarding the confiscation of the assets of the Russian oligarch Arkady Rottenberg and his son Igor. The package includes Ocean Plaza, land, and apartments. So everything that the Russians had in Ukraine, in Kyiv, are now going into a lawsuit, and they're going to take over their properties in Ukraine. So that's what's going on there. Look at that. Oh, well. They don't get to own it no more. You know what I gotta say? Womp, 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 womp. All right, moving on. All right, while back I did mention this. We'll end right here, and then we're gonna check other stuff. A memorial stele will be erected near the place where the famous Ukrainian actor, TV presenter, and public figure Pavlo Lee died last year in Irpin. The corresponding decision was made today at a meeting of the executive committee. Yep. All right. Thank you, Mamet. Keep reporting that news. I will do my best I can here. We will make sure that your word gets out. People that want to donate and fund Mamet for doing this news and going through this chaotic crisis in Ukraine, you can always support him and help him out. He'd be highly appreciated. When you do hook him up, make sure you put in a memo or something, or hit him up and say, hey, if it wasn't for Joe, I wouldn't know about your info, and he would highly appreciate that. Just tell him from the 3 Times That News Network. All right, let's see what else is going on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have Ukrainian Patriot News. 7 hours ago, near Moscow City in Vidnon, an explosion occurred at a coke and gas plant. A major fire started. A pillar of flame 20 meters high. The fire area is 2,000 square meters. Don't forget to follow me and retweet. Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Ukrainian Patriot News. All right. Let's do what it says. First, I'm going to like it, and I'm going to retweet it. There we go. And we got a video. Let's see where it takes us, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. Holy mac. You guys seen that? Holy mac. Whoa, right there. Right there. Wow. That was way up high. All right. Well, this happened in Moscow. Should we care or should we not care? You let me know. You know what I gotta say to Moscow? Womp, 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 womp. I call that karma. So every time something happens in Russia, you're gonna hear that sound. That means I really don't care. I mean, look what they're doing to Ukraine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. James Vasquez, 22 hours. Going into battle, listening to Valhalla calling me. Let's see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Vasquez. He's going to the front lines, being called. Here we go again, one more time. You know, I'll be listening to music like that too. The music that's going to pump me up, because you know what? You don't get to listen to much music while you're in war. With today's technology, you can, but back in the day, You know, you're lucky you found a record and put it and play it with a record player with a needle. Honestly, you've seen them movies, but those movies are real. Those Vietnam movies and stuff like that, that is all legit real. When you hear people sharing and sharing their moments of wisdom and giving their opinion, or because they went through what they went through, and it's true. Music was a gift. Now it's so easy with internet and everything. That's a change of technology. All right. All right, YouTube. That music was played on from Twitter, off my account. James Vasquez was playing the music in the vehicle, and we're doing this to support Ukraine and show what's going on in Ukraine to his viewers and members. So please forgive us if the music was played. Thanks, YouTube. All right. Okay, we can get into some maps. Russian forces are closing the Koludron on the Ukrainian forces still in Bakhmut. There are reports that defenders in the city have begun to withdraw, but there is now less than 2 miles separating the Russian positions, with all roads in and out of the city under artillery fire. So here you go. Here's Bakhmut, okay? And this is what I was saying earlier, an hour ago. They're completely surrounded by Russian occupied, 2 miles apart. 2 miles apart, and guess what? The Ukrainian military is holding down this fort, holding it down. Wow. We'll retweet that as well. All right. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, from War Monitor, Bakhmut holds. Congratulations. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Do not let that territorial go. Let's move closer towards the occupied areas and get back Ukraine and whole, including Crimea. Keep it up, guys. Thank you. All right. This is from Visegrad 24. Looks like the Ukrainians have. Ooh. Oh, man. Technical issues. I don't know if I'm still recording or not. Just give me a moment. We gotta check the feed. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Don't know why it goes in and out. We'll fix that. Trust me, we will fix that. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Don't know why it goes in and out. We'll fix that. Trust me, we will fix that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're still live. Sorry for the inconvenience. Here is that video. Real quick, I'll say it one more time. Looks like the Ukrainians have dropped a U.S.-donated J-DAM bomb on a biplane on Russian positions for the first time. Huge, huge, huge explosion. Check it out. Check it out. We're going to love it, and we're going to retweet it, ladies and gents. Here we go. Here's that video, and let's rewind. Let's go. Ooh. Whoa. Holy man. That was loud. Ooh. You guys watching that? There's my mouse. Right there. Boom! Holy macaroni and cheese. You hear the sound on that. That is, wow. Wow. Thank you, USA, for giving Ukrainians that type of material to be able to defend themselves. Keep up the good work. All right, here we go. More photos from Moscow region. Let the whole Moscow burn. That's right, Ukrainian Patriot News. Thank you very much. Womp, 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 womp. That's for you, Russia. I don't know what to say. I don't feel bad. I don't. I really don't. We're going to retweet that. Here, let's bring those pictures up on a bigger view. Boom. Here it is. You can check it out on Telegram. See, this is all karma, ladies and gentlemen. They started this war. Now they're getting the taste of their own medicine. Womp, 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 womp. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think someone needs to call me a whamlet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Joey Neb, here live from New Hampshire. All right, here we go. Moving on. More news from the Ukrainian Patriot News. One more. Let's see. We'll go two more. I saw some flashy lights. Here we go. The Ukrainian army struck at the positions of the Russian army in Melitopol and Zaporizhzhia region. I'm going to say that one more time because it sounded like I was speaking in a different language. The Ukrainian army struck at the positions of the Russian army in Melitopol and Zaporizhzhia region. Okay, well, there's the map. Voila. Well, Ukrainian army struck at them. How do we feel about it? Let's see. That's exactly how it feels. All right. Here we go. This is coming from Alex and Rue C4. Large convoy driving away from the area of the Kremlin till I noticed a huge Z on the building in the background. Wow. I wonder why. Guess they're going after that huge explosion. Well, it is what it is. All right, moving on. All right, from next, almost 10,000 Russians surrendered to the Ukrainian captivity under the I Want to Live program. This was reported by the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of the Defense of Ukraine. Well, I Want to Live program, you know what? That's something new to me. 10,000 Russians surrendered to the Ukrainian captivity. Congratulations. All right. All right, you realize you already did what you did, and they're giving you another chance to live. Well, you know what I got to say to Russia? Womp, 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 womp. You're losing military. Well, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Correction, this article incorrectly says 10,000 soldiers have surrendered, while in fact it was reported nearly 10,000 Russians had contacted the hotline exploring the possibility of surrender. Okay, so at least there was a correction. So that's what was said. That was the correction. Okay, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Ukrainian Patriot News. There are no big changes. Fights are going on the north, east, and south of Bakhmut and the area Crimea. fighting in the forest on the Avdiv direction. The enemy advances towards Nevelsky. So Bakhmut holds. Bakhmut is still holding, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is from Anton Gerashchenko. Destroyed Ukrainians to the last one, babies to suggest a Russian grandma. We already need to be thinking of the strategies to clear Russian minds free of propaganda. Maybe you have some ideas. All right, well, let's see. This lady has things to say. So let's give her the respect and listen to what she needs to say. Okay, I'm going to actually read this out loud because there's no volume of her speaking. So here we go. In Poland, is Poland hurting us now? We now have a problem with the Moldova and Romanians. What does Poland have to do with it? Poland sucks too, though. My dad went through half the war. He said about them that Ukrainians are Gestapo. All of Western Ukraine is full of them, and the Poles are nationalists. So there are too many Nazis there. That's what 1420 is saying. She says yes. Should we start? Well, we missed one. Should we start a new special operation? They all need to be, all Ukrainians need to be, including their babies. It's a rot. The whole population. What about Poland? It should be as well. All Ukrainians should be, including their babies. The rot has spread too far, and now they don't love us anymore. They are not our brothers and sisters. Until we finish them all, we can't end the special operation until we're done with all the Nazis. Do you think there are many Nazis in Poland? I think so. It turns out that Ukraine is the enemy. Poland is the enemy. The Baltics are the enemy. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to mention you cannot listen to the Russian propaganda. These people are bribed to say this so they don't die. Just I want you to make that very clear. Here, she's saying now they are our greatest enemies. And look her emotions on her face. You could tell that she is not telling the truth when she speaks. It clearly shows. I paused it. Look at it. Look at her reactions. Do you think a military campaign should be conducted there, or can we do a diplomatic method? That was from 1420. Once again, 1420, we thank you for this video here on the 3 Times N News Network. If we can get by the diplomacy, although I doubt it, there are too much against us. Negotiations with them don't work. How is that there are so many Nazi in the Baltics and Poland? I think we missed them after the Great Patriotic War 2 generations has passed. They have already been raised differently. They have a different ideology. They have other goals. I was in Ukraine in the 90s, and even then, they were practically all in the sects. Already in those days, orthodoxy was a problem, and they preferred sects. Everyone is coming to us, and we need to stop them every 100 years. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was your Russian propaganda. And you can tell they must have got this out of a comic book. They really need to learn the truth of what's really going on, the bigger picture. Well, too bad for them. For the citizens, the innocents, it's because they don't, even the civilians don't want this war. But living in a communist country, you have no choice. If Putin wants you to say that, you better say that, or you're going to be end up dead. All right, thank you, 1420, for that video. Great educational purpose here. We are learning from other people's views, and we want to say thank you to all. I'm going to retweet that one. All right. One more from James Vasquez, and then we're going to get into other news. Okay, here we go. Another day, everyone intact. Proud to be part of the Wolf of the Da Vinci Platoon. Wild Fields Platoon. I couldn't be with a bunch of greater guys. All right. Here we go again. There's music playing in the car, YouTube. Again, this is the 3 Times 10 News Network. Your host, Joey Neb. James Vasquez, we thank you, brother.
Here we go again. Going into the shit. Here we go. Here we go again.
Oh boy, here we go again is right. Bada bing.
Here we go again. Going into the shit.
And you know what? You ask one of those young kids what K7 is, they were like, well, who are you talking about?
Here we go. Here we go again.
Oh man, this is funny. All right, thank you very much, guys. Let's get out of Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get more into other stuff here. Let's see what we have installed, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Joey Neb, live here in New Hampshire. All right, here we go. I've decided to go on with NATO with this one, all right? Sorry, we searched NATO updates. Wow, CNN is reporting Turkey is blocking NATO's expansion. It could backfire and hand Putin a propaganda coup. Interesting. We don't know what's going on over there with Turkey, but we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. All I know, that's not good. But ladies and gentlemen, let's see what Donald Trump had to say at the CPAC. Let's get into that. Let's get into that. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, your former President Donald Trump.
At the top of my list, we'll be stopping the slide into costly and never-ending wars. We've got to stop it. Can't keep spending hundreds of billions of dollars protecting people that don't even like us. Now, you know, in business, if you did that, what you do is you put up the money and then you say, but listen, we own half your country in case you win. You know, you take a piece of the upside, go get nothing. In fact, the opposite. We put up the money, and then after it's finished, assuming it's successful, let's say it's successful, they don't want to even talk to us. No, you have nothing to do with us. Get out of here. You have nothing. No. In business, you put up money, seed money, call it whatever you want. You end up owning the country by the time it's over. And the only reason they're doing well is we're giving them the greatest equipment that I bought, the greatest equipment ever made. And the only reason they're doing well with NATO is I raised $440 billion from countries that weren't paying anything.
Thank you, Donald Trump.
Secretary General Stoltenberg, a good man, he said it's one of the greatest jobs I've ever seen. I hope he still says that, but one of the greatest jobs. He said Obama would come and make a speech. Bush would come, make a speech, and then they'd leave. I came, I looked, I said, man, these people aren't paying. We're paying for the whole thing practically. Of the 28 countries at the time, only 8 were paid up. 20 weren't, including Germany. They paid a fraction of what they were supposed to be paying. And I said to them, either you pay, or we're not going to protect you. And a man stood up, a president of a country stood up, and he said, sir, can I ask you a question? This was around table with nobody in the room but the presidents, prime minister, and dictators. Okay, some of them were all the same. But they
Good, right? Okay, reconnected, but let's see if we are reconnected. Ay. Lately, the internet is going in and out here at the 3 Times N News Network.
minister and dictators. Okay, some of them were all the same. But they
Right? Okay, reconnect, but let's see if we are reconnected. Ay. Lately, the internet is going in and out here at the 3 Times N News Network.
minister and dictators. Okay, some
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are still live. As you saw on the screen, just to check to see if what I said went through. But anyways, Donald Trump literally has the right idea. He was in a room, literally in a room, full of presidents, dictators. They said sometimes they're all the same. You know, I get what that's coming from. We all get what that's coming from, right, America? Come on, we know. And because they didn't pay up, and this is business talk, okay? The other countries didn't pay up, so are we going to get attacked by Russia if we don't pay up? He says, well, there was a reverse question. You weren't paid up, right? And they turned, you know what? They end up sending a check the next day. Ain't that something? What does that tell you right there? Donald Trump knows business. Donald Trump knows how to handle this. Donald Trump will prevent and not prolong this war any further and convince the Kremlin to stop the war. Come on, let's be for real. This country will be great again. I guarantee it. It will be great again. You know, talking about politics, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, we have DeSantis, a question mark. Chris Sununu thinks that Donald Trump is not going to win, not even to get in and have a debate. We'll see about that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see, Chris. Just so you know, good old Joey Neb here, live from New Hampshire, did vote for you. So I have faith in you too, as well, Chris Sununu. But we'll see. We'll see which Republican I get to choose and the other Republicans won. We'll see. Time will only tell. Okay, another year of Sleepy Joe in office we got to deal with. And, you know, it has to get good. It has to get bad before it gets good. So we'll see. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Trump had the right idea. Thank you, Donald Trump. Let's continue the video. Thanks.
Politicians say, absolutely, will be, you know, Article 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, well, you're supposed to do it. But those articles all suppose that you're supposed to be paid up. But let's say I said the opposite. Yes, we will always protect you. Yeah, I took a lot of heat because they said, I'm not a good member. Actually, NATO wouldn't even exist if I didn't get them to pay up. But they paid up $449 billion or something, and that's the money they use. They're rich as hell right now. They spent an office building that cost $3 billion. It's like a skyscraper in Manhattan laid on its side. It's one of the longest buildings I've ever seen. And I said, you should have, instead of spending $3 billion, you should have spent $500 million building the greatest bunker you've ever seen. Because Russia wouldn't even need an airplane attack. One tank, one shot through that beautiful glass building in the sky. Same architect I used in Chicago, great architects, but they didn't have war in mind. But when things happened, that building would be gone in about 15 minutes. They should have spent a $500 million bunker, nice thick ceiling, 6 inches, 6 feet of concrete.
Donald Trump has the right idea. You know, we are very vulnerable. Very vulnerable. All right, that's the news for about that. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, this is from the New York Post. Former NATO leader urges unity amongst Americans on Ukraine, China. The former top commander of NATO is urging unity and political divisions in the nation, asserting there is nothing we cannot overcome as Americans in the face of Russian invasion of Ukraine and tense relations with Russia. We just have to pull it together as Americans. Retired Admiral James Stavridis told John Katzmatis on WABC 770 AM radio show, an interview that aired Sunday. We got political divisions in the country. We need to pull together. If we do, we can overcome all these challenges. He says Russia has been pressing new military offense in eastern Ukraine more than a year into the war, launching an all-out assault on a strategic city of Bakhmut that Ukraine troops and civilians called hell on earth. We were just talking about Bakhmut, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. Here's a picture. That's the top NATO commander, James Stavridis, speaking. All right. For 4 months, the area around Bakhmut in the Donbass regions has been ground zero in intense clashes between Ukrainian forces and the Russian army along the Wagner Group, a mercenary group largely made up of convicts from Russia's prisons. At the same time, the U.S. relationship with China has deteriorated to its lowest point in decades because of a Chinese spy balloon that flew over much of the U.S. in February. China is hindering efforts to pinpoint the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic, and the U.S. warning that Beijing is considering providing lethal weapons to Russia for its war against Ukraine. Stavridis says despite the rapidly changing global states of affairs, Americans need to show resolve. And there's a devastation picture right there of what's going on, but a Ukrainian flag still standing tall. Here is another one. Her house is on fire. Luckily, she got out. It's perfectly understandable that people open a newspaper, turn on television, and they see very concerning situations. Stavridis said that the war in Ukraine, China, and March in the South China Sea, Iran, and North Korea is very concerning. But I think strategically, the low throw of history is marching along towards a more integrated global economy toward cooperation, Stavit said. And certainly we will see competition from China, Russia, and Iran, North Korea, but don't have the global economic throw way to really disrupt the world, he added. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is your update here on the 3 Times That News Network. That feed came from the New York Post, March 5th. Today's paper. We thank the New York Post for having this out. We thank everyone watching the stream here on the 3 Times That News Network. We will always, ladies and gentlemen, always be live, Saturday and Sundays at 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6 p.m. If we do not show up, it's due to personal related reasons, and we will put up a new scheduling feed on YouTube. Again, a new scheduling feed. If we do not show up, give us at least 5 to 10 minutes. If nothing is shown up on the screen, we'll be airing that day. You will see. We'll give you 2 hours ahead of scheduled time. So meaning that if we're scheduled for 6 and I don't show up at 6 due to a personal related reason, I will be back at 8 or 9 o'clock. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and it will be aired up on YouTube ahead of time. Thank you for watching the 3 Times That News Network. Thank you for subscribing and clicking like. Feel free to ask me any questions, and if you want to be part of the 3 Times That News Network, please contact me on all social media outlets. Thank you, and have a great night. Oh, yeah, one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, one more thing. Womp, 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 womp. Whamblets.